Hi everyone, welcome to the 3v3 Justice Chord double elimination event that we are running. Me and Ridez of the Void
Hello.
will be casting it. And we've got both the teams ready here, and yeah, we're gonna get going now.
Arriving at Eagle Point, Antarctica.
Yeah, we're just getting into the game now. Apparently
Okay,
it's
so we've
plant.
got a Lucio pick with oh, it's probably on the final comps because we're just loading in.
Yep. First map we're playing is Eagle Point, Antarctica.
Prepare for battle.
With team Only Bastion versus team Weebs.
Some friendly chat happening. You'll love to see it. Hero select right now. Don't know what this... No. And we're going in.
Okay, we're seeing the Ash, Roadhog, and Roadhog and Mercy from one side, up against the Anna, Reinhardt, and May from the other side.
Teams have not... Yeah, teams have now seen each other. Are gonna start poking in the damage. Nice dynamite over the shield from... Oh! And taken out by a May Icicle to the head. Mercy able to res that up quite easily though.
Reinhardt is going in without his team, not much there. Mercy dies, so that means the res is down from one side.
And
So they
no
just have the
healing,
Ash and
that's not
Roadhog.
either. Ash
However,
does
Ash
manage
manages to get two, and that just leaves a Reinhardt up against two long-range characters that should be able to just whittle him down.
one of which he has a self-heal. Just walking straight up to that Reinhardt, no fear. And that's GG, that is the first round going to, I believe that is Team Weeps
Team
out?
Weeps.
Yeah, that is Team Weeps.
Select your hero.
Yeah, so 1 point going over to Team Weeps.
That game was definitely won by the Ash on the sides of the Weebs. It was
Yeah.
looking lost once the Mercy died, but the Ash managed to pull through.
Really, really good clutch from the Ash there. This time we have a Sigma, Soldier, and Bap against the same competition from Team Only Bastions. I'm disappointed at the lack of Bastions in this team, I have to say.
Yeah, maybe they're saving it.
Yeah, it's a
for
secret
last-ditch
weapon.
effort.
Secret weapon.
Now both teams have shields, so it will be quite hard to get some initial damage through, other than just breaking the shield.
Both teams
Sigma a
poking at
bit
each
pushed
other.
up without his teammates.
That does able to provide that long range healing though, doing a good job of just keeping his Sigma top, while the Soldier is actually way back at the back. Shooting in. Oh, the Rhine now walking up.
Reinhardt manages to pin in the shield, and that
Yeah.
is defense line down, the front line down for
both teams.
both teams
That
are
was
trading
just
back and forth.
DPS versus support.
And now it's Soldier versus May.
Both
This
of which
could go
you can
either
heal.
way.
They can both heal as well.
They
This is
both
gonna
have
be...
sustain and long range.
We may be here a while.
At the moment, this just comes down to skill
Oh,
of which
the
player,
May
and
is dead though.
Soldier does it. That's a second point on the board for Team Weebs.
Yeah. Second one won by their DPS.
Select your hero.
Now we wait for the round to restart. That was actually really close. They were trading so much, just that DPS difference of winning over again.
Yeah, there was a massive fight, just trades back and forth. And there's actually a different comp this time, coming from Only Bastion, still not having a Bastion. They've got the
Very
Lucio, Winston, and Tracer.
It's like half dive. Oh, okay. They've now spotted each other out.
However,
The
Doomfist
only dive's
managed to find
ruined.
a pick straight away onto the fort, so that should be both teams down.
Quick win.
All
That
the
should be a
Bastions
quick win.
down.
Tracer is very low.
It's just Trace left. She's used her recall, and she's got no more utility left in her kit other than just try to blink away and hope that she could live for another day. But eventually, they will just whittle her down,
Yeah,
and she won't be able to
she's-
recall the damage.
A bit more health, you know. I don't know what her plan is here.
She has roughly 50 health, and she's died. She's edged to the
GG,
Doomfist.
that is already that round over. A fairly dominant victory for Team Only Weebs. No,
a very
Weaves out.
clean sweep from Weebs.
Yeah,
of the game.
and yeah, best of threes. So
3v3
Oh, they're
best
playing-
of 3.
yeah, it is double elimination. So only bastions. Yeah, we still have to see these teams go once, maybe twice again, if only bastions can maybe play bastion. We shall see.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Now, getting into Lijiang Tower, which some of you may remember from the 1v1s we did. Where are they actually playing on this map? Oh, we're just gonna wait for Hero Slogan. That makes sense.
Three, two,
Okay, we see a Zarya, Soldier, and Batiste on the side of the Weebs. Meanwhile,
Dive comp
it's
from
same dive
Bastion.
comp from Best.
Let's hope that Lucio doesn't get picked off first time again.
I believe the team comp of Weebs has the more consistent DPS and more consistent sustain. The Lucio sustain isn't too much, they might be able to just get bursted down if they get that pick.
Yeah. I think the plan for only Bastion right now is to try and dive on top of them and maybe try and get a healer or something. Because the bat
They
does
do have
offer
a
a lot.
Zarya, which can protect the squishy
Yeah.
backline.
And yeah,
Oh,
the
really?
Amelia does get an instant pick on Felicio. And the
And now
Winston is
Felicio dead.
incredibly low. Yeah, that's
With
Winston
Lucio
down.
dead, that's just the fall of the Bastion's team comp.
Yeah. And that is, I think that was 3 kills for the side of the.
Yeah, I think that was a
DPS.
triple kill for the Soldier.
prepare for battle. Select
Yeah.
your hero.
Going into round 2 of game 2? Point 2 of game round 2.
Three, two,
Now we see 3 DPS on the side of Weebs. However,
This is very confident pick.
I do feel that the team comp of Bastions has the better comp.
They've
They
got
have that
farmers
mercy for their heals. They've
and
got
they've
the
got farmers
pharmacy
too.
against.
However, 2 hit scan. Well, no.
If the Widowmaker manages to hit the mercy, they may be able to pull this through. But
Yeah.
it will be very hard given that none of the DPS champions actually have any sustain.
Yeah.
So if they just get poked down, then they're dead. And that's already the Widowmaker taken down to half health by the Pharah
Yeah.
on the side of the Bastions.
I think the best shout for. Yeah, I think the best shot for Bastions right now is just charge in with the ball. Oh, Farah gets very low there from 2 good shots from the Widow. That is Widow taken down though by the Farah coming from the side of the Bastions.
The Genji appears to be hiding in a corner, hoping that he can
Yeah.
find a kill on the backline. And now it's just Genji left up against this comp, and this is why you don't want to see this
And, the
triple
ball
DPS
currently has about negative HP. Nice!
comp. And
that
that is
was-
why the superior comp came through of the Bastions.
Yeah.
prepare for battle.
First point going away of Bastions. Now we wait to see what they come with us next round.
Three,
We have, okay, Weebs are back to a normal comp.
fight.
With Pap, Tracer, and Roadhog up against the Bastions with McCree, Ryan, and Anna. Wonder if this will be the Ryan trying to make space while the Anna and McCree get shots in from the back.
I do feel like the McCree will be able to catch out the Tracer if she does try to get onto the Anna. So I think in this case I do prefer the Bastions team comp here. Just
Each
whether
team
they
has now spotted each
execute
other
it.
out. The Ryan
And
just
as we see,
walking in.
Tracer has gotten into the back line of the Bastions.
Has been
Let's see
spotted
how
out
they'll
though.
react. And McCree
Tracer's
hits the
now
stun,
down.
and that's the death. And the sleep from the Ana onto the Batiste confirms the death, and Roadhog just, all he has
Running
is his
away.
sustain. Running away.
The
Ana
Roadhog
with the anti-heal coming through should mean a death for Roadhog
and slept
Sleep.
as well.
as well, and there's not much you can do into that.
No.
To choose.
CC'd for days is the term, I think.
Ana made him go night-night, and then the rest of the team made him stay permanently asleep.
Nice. Next, yeah. So this is gonna be, if the Bastions get another point here, it's gonna be evened up 1-1 in the overall scores.
They're still gonna be in the game if they win
Yeah.
this point.
One. Fight.
However,
Match
oh,
point.
the Weebs are currently going for the same strat that the Bastions did.
They're going for the pharmacy with a big tank. However, the difference here is that the big tank also has sustain, so he should be able, Roadhog should be able to carry his own weight
Yeah,
without
he's-
having to worry about Mercy not healing him and leaving him
Yeah.
to be 1 HP. Again, I don't really like the Lucio here. Its sustain isn't too much, and he can just get easily picked off.
Yeah, I feel
Oh,
like
and the
it's
hook comes through,
that was an
and Genji
incredible
is dead.
hook. Yeah, like I was saying, I feel like Lucio isn't the best choice in a 3v3. You're just lacking that like continuous healing that you really need. And this looks like it's just going to be a point going through for, yeah,
He provides
Point.
a lot less utility for the team.
yeah. Maybe on like if the Elios well is an app on this, you can just boot them into the middle, but you can't really do that.
Mm. There's not much boot potential unless you manage to
No.
bait them outside.
Yeah. However, the score is now evened up 2-2, so if Weeps get this, I believe that is them winning this
3.
bracket, and if
1.
the Bastions get it, it is
Match point.
on to another round. Reaper. Oh, I see the Bastion have changed up their comp a bit. Hopefully, this will lead more promising results. As it's double tank and 1 healer against the Zarya, Ryan, and Ana against the Reaper, Winston, and Baptiste.
Both team comps here, I'd say, are decent. They have, for the side of Weebs, they have a lot of heals and they have a lot of tankiness. But on the side of the Bastions, they do have the Reaper, which can heal himself and is meant to be a tank killer.
Yeah.
And the Winston can pierce through the shield of the Reinhardt. I think
Baptiste.
this game will be decided by which healer dies first.
Yeah. Baptiste did spot out the team, so I think they have a decent idea of where each other are. They're just currently rotating around the map, trying to
It's
get full
over.
damage.
It's over. They have the high ground.
They have.
Oh no, they're forfeiting the high ground. Why would they do this?
They have lost. Oh, nice leap onto the Winston. Instantly taken out. That was incredible coordination.
Winston, more like
Inside of
Winston.
Winston
And now it is
interesting.
Reaper going onto the backline to kill the Ana. However, Ana
Mm.
manages to get the anti-heal onto the Reaper.
Mizur Hara pulling off a Jonak level move on that. It's not just the Baptiste trying to win, but nope, that is
Victory.
Team 1 winning again.
I believe that is the Weebs. Yes, it is.
Yes, that is. Yeah, 2-0 win.
The game.
Oh, the McCree side of Bastion actually getting the player of the game this time.
And here's the Tracer in the backline, sadly getting caught out by the McCree.
Nice, found the hammer kill though.
Gotta love that right click.
Yeah. Just fire a bunch of bullets into their face. Now we are resetting for game 2. I believe it is double elimination, so we will see only Bastions again. However, for now, they are going to the loser bracket, and only Weeps going to the winning bracket. Irina, are we off stream right now? Welcome back. We have now got two teams. We've got Mums versus Cat Boys, which is one of the team names. Going, yeah, I know, which is one of the team names against Little Troy Records. So
Select your hero.
we've got. Currently watching them play. We're again on Eagle Point and Tachika, which is where we're starting off. And we shall see what the teams want to be playing.
No.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
Okay, so we've got Roadhog and Torb and Moira up against Roadhog again, McCree and Bab. Looking like teams are going much more for the sustain inside of the Roadhog tank that he provides.
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't save the Roadhog for the pharmacy, because
Yeah.
everyone knows in 3v3 that Roadhog pharmacy is just an easy win.
Yeah. Unless both teams go it.
But it's all down to the skill of the Pharah.
Yeah.
Turret is a
True.
fourth person. However, they killed the fourth person. How could they? How will Torb survive? Oh, and Roadhog is looking the wrong way and
Nice
gets hit
pick.
from behind.
This is a great hook. Takes out the
And the
Roadhog
Torb
and
is taken down.
no.
And
it's
all
just
is left
Moira.
is the crouching Moira hidden in the corner.
She's just
She's
gonna try and
trying to
hide.
sneak around.
See how long she can keep this up for. You know, her the username is
Troy
Skywalker.
Records are trying to find her, but she is hiding behind a wall, doing as much as she can, but
Unfortunately, it was not to be. As the Baptiste actually picks up that kill.
she is but a lowly Moira against 3 enemies.
Select your
Yeah.
hero.
That does however disable the Roadhog for Team Record, Little Trey Records. So we shall see what they try and do with Nip next.
Three, 2, 1.
Oh, there's 3 snipers on one side against the Roadhog again with a Reaper and Lucio. Again, don't love to see
I
the
mean,
Lucio.
I don't mind the Lucio here, because both the others do have
Yeah.
sustain. Our
The,
sleep instantly goes up
oh,
to
the anti-heal
Roadhog.
just denies any healing potential onto the Reaper, so he just dies instantly.
the... Instantly gets taken out. They're just gonna try and pump in as much damage as they can here, it seems. The Roadhog is very low. Lucio doing the best to heal. However, that Roadhog is sleeping again and is instantly taken
Anna
out.
is doing
Ahead.
the work for this team comp. She's
Really
hitting the
is.
sleeps and the antis, and Lucio is down.
Dead. That is another loss for the side of
Prepare for battle. Select
Catboys. We shall see if they can do anything to try and turn us around. However, it does look like it's going to be a quick first point for the side of Lil Troy Records.
Let's see what they bring out.
3,
Oh, the Orisa Ash Mercy.
fight.
I don't hate this, you know?
Point.
We haven't seen any pharmacy this game, and I don't
No.
think we will see any.
However, Mercy Ash is really
Oh.
good. You just can set the Ash. Yeah, you can set the Mercy damage from the Ash like that to get a really, really quick.
Anna taken down. And this should be another easy win on the side.
The Mercy going on with a pistol now.
Battle Mercy is what you like to see. And
Do.
I'm not sure if Mercy got the kill there, but Team
No.
2 wins.
First point going over the way of Little Troy Records.
Play of the game.
The Ash getting the kill. Nice intro.
Here we should
I
see
like
the
that.
Anna die straight away. So the damage
Nice
amp
picks.
from the damage amp from the Mercy is very valuable in that Ash.
Yeah.
And now we should go into game 2 of these teams.
Should be.
Once they have
Catboys
decided
get
their
to
map.
decide. Yeah, Catboys get to decide on the map, given they lost that one. They seem to be going for Castillo, so possibly going to be seeing some of the Lucio play, depending on which Castillo map it is.
Welcome to
Oh, it's Castillo, not Ilios. I'm being yeah. So still likely, still possibly going to be seeing some Lucio
Can
play.
see some Lucio play. There's
Yeah,
a lovely cliff for Lucio to
yeah.
boot people off of.
I know myself. I got a very clean 3-kill one time as Lucio on this map. It was very satisfying. But we shall see what these teams come up with. Probably not against as bad players as I was, given I am not the best myself.
3,
We do need to see some Lucio
1.
coming over from the side of Troy Records. We have the Ball Genji Lucio versus Zen, Sigma, and
Oh, and
not even
it
finished
does
beating
seem
them
that
all out.
Lucio
Widowmaker.
oh my god,
That was
that was-
very quick.
domination.
Really annihilated them.
I couldn't get out my words in time to say what was happening.
I know. I think the ball just swung on top of all of them and just knocked everyone out of
Ball
position.
swung, slammed, and then I think
The round
they
ended.
went into the cliff, and then yeah, Bob's your uncle.
3,
Looks like it's going to be heading the way of another win. Point going to the way of Troy Records.
Double support from the side of Catboys.
I don't disagree with this because they're both support that offer a lot of DPS. I think Immortality Field is really
They
useful.
do get to shred that shield from the Orisa. It's just
Yeah.
whether they can get the damage in now, and she's got the shield again. And Widow
Where's
manages
this
to get a
picked
pick
up
onto the
Widow?
Moira. It looks like
Where's-
Roadhog is having to run for his life, while Batisti's left to die. And Roadhog is doing the best he can, but to no avail.
Dies again. Another sweep from the side of Little Troy Records.
select your hero.
I wonder if Catboys are going to be able to bring it back, or if this is going to be the end of their. Well, no, if they're going to be pushed into the losers bracket. Yeah.
Does seem Little Troy Records are playing Catboys like a fiddle.
3, 2, 1. Fight. Match point.
We do have the Lucio coming out from the side of Catboys again. Along
That's
with
a double
Doomfist
slam
and a
into each other
Wolfsman.
with Doomfist and Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Both stunned. Reinhardt not managing to get much damage in because his small range.
The Moira and the Tracer are accompanying the Reinhardt. Oh, the Moira gets one pick off from both teams. A Moira traded for a Winston, however, that is evened up
And
by
it's just Lucio versus Tracer
Lil Troy
and
Records.
Reinhardt.
Don't know how much she's going to be able to do, and yes, that is the end of that.
Troy
So that
Records with the
continues.
clean 6-0 against
Yeah. Catboys.
Catboys.
Going to be pushing them into the loser bracket.
And here we
Oh,
see the
close,
radioactive Hammond.
We're going to be seeing this play that they got. Ah, yeah.
And that's the
walking
max
behind.
range boot.
That was very
Lucio swiping in to steal the kill from Bull. And Bull sadly doesn't get the team ace, the
Unfortunately.
clean ace wipe. But he does get 2 of the kills with his Bull form.
Yeah. Now we will be. Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of the just 1-1-1 meta coming through. Very exciting, but most teams going for that DPS for damage. The tank just trying to sustain and block a lot of damage, and the healer trying to keep as much up as he can. Healer is looking to do damage as well, to try and pepper down the shields, is what it seems to be so far.
I feel like the Lucio pick, I don't like to see it because he just doesn't do. He's very good in normal play, but in 3v3 his healing isn't enough and his damage is just not enough. And like the only time that he can get kills is with boops.
Yeah. It's very map orientated for the Lucio. However, I don't agree with pick either. I feel like the best healers are probably Baptiste,
Moira Mercy.
Moira. Yeah, Mercy if you can have that, like that good DPS to damage boost. But yeah, I think yeah, we are going to be setting up for the next team now. So I will be right back. to
Select
the
your
next
hero.
game. We have we have no L's, just turtles. Versus okay, dude. Okay, turtles. Only having one turtle. However, it is better than no turtles.
3, 2,
Okay, okay,
I
dude.
think this is our first diva of the event.
Yes, it is actually. Not seen any diva meta. Yeah, it's gonna be coming out strong now.
Mercy Ash might be able to burst down this Zen, who is very out of position.
Yeah.
He's all on his own.
Already
managing to get
really
behind cover.
low. However, his
Oh,
shield is now regenerating.
Ash got really low from a burst from Zen, I believe, but Mercy's managing to keep her up.
Diva. Both teams just trying to take a fairly passive approach. We're not going for the hook that unfortunately doesn't hit anything.
Here we need to see OK dudes focus their fire onto the Mercy, otherwise she'll just be able to heal up both of the ticks on the side of the
Yeah.
turtles.
And I still go to the Diva, however, she does have her boost get away.
Diva has a lot of ways to escape. She has baby Diva form. She has her defense matrix and her boosters.
Yeah. If Diva does get picked, however, I would like to see Mercy saving her res for the Ash, because Baby Diva, resing the Baby Diva is a lot less useful than just resing an Ash.
If you res Baby Diva, she instantly gets her ultimate.
Does she?
Yes.
Okay, I did not know that. So yeah, maybe do res the Baby Diva then.
Oh, Diva gets
then getting caught.
hooked. Yep, she uses her boosters to get away. The Mercy sustain is just too much.
First time we're using the countdown to capture area, so I wonder if teams are going to be fighting.
We see the Valkyrie
Okay.
come through with Mercy. We haven't seen that yet. Games haven't lasted
No.
that long.
The Ash, a lot of people, lots of ults being
Soldier
popped
has
out.
his ultimate that he uses to pick off Mercy. That's the target that he needs to
Bob
fight.
going. I thought I
Yada
didn't
with
see
his
that Bob
ultimate,
was
Baby
point.
Diva
Apparently
down.
not. Seems like a
And
fairly,
that's a
yeah,
win
quick
via
fight.
capture for this game, which is
Was
first
it via capture?
this event.
I don't think it was a I think it was by capture because I think all of the team on Turtles did end up dying in that round.
I believe the death was after the capture though.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Very, very close anyway. We'll see if OK Dude can pull it back. Oh no, OK Dude got them. We'll see if Turtles can bring it back from first win.
They're
Same
going for the
comp
same
for
comp.
Turtles against a Wrecking Ball, a Widowmaker, and a Anna. So
Again,
looking for the long pick.
It
potential.
looks like Bull is going onto that back. Like he is focusing the Ash, which I don't love to see. They need to get on that Mercy.
Mercy trying to get around the corner to heal her Ash.
Mercy does have a lot of peel from the Diva, who could use her defense matrix to save her.
You only
It
really
seems-
I don't really see the Wrecking Ball. Only really the Wrecking Ball doesn't really seems to be doing anything in this team. Turtle's on far
Oh,
too deep.
Diva
is
has been
now-
caught out.
However, the Anna is picked off,
Ash
and
manages to pick off the Anna, yeah.
there is no chance of that.
Baby Diva gets a melee kill on the Widowmaker, and it
That
seems
is
Ash is
very
caught out
impressive.
by the Bull.
However, the Mercy does have that res.
That is the value of this Mercy, which is why you just need to focus that Mercy. But now
Yeah.
Mercy is no longer available for the Turtles.
1-1 as the scoreline is evened up. This game is much closer than the others we've seen.
It's been much more longer.
Yeah, both teams are going for a much more passive approach rather than just hold W at the enemy.
That's what all my teammates seem to do in comp.
Yeah, just hold W at the enemy and hope something happens. Not the best strat, I have to say.
W, Q, and pray.
Oh, we actually have. We actually have pharmacy coming out from the side
Pharmacy
of
with a
OK.
Widowmaker.
Not sure what the Widowmaker is to do here. Oh, and the Mercy
And
instantly gets picked off.
That's how you do it.
However, the Anna does get picked off as well. And so does the Soldier actually. So she did Roadhog against Widow and a Pharah.
This
However, if
should
the
be
Roadhog,
very doable for the Roadhog.
yeah, if the Roadhog can get the Widowmaker and then just stay on point until Pharah comes down.
His right click allows him to poke out the enemies while they're not managing to get too much damage on him, and he should be able to just heal back most of the damage they do to him.
Yeah.
See,
You can
he's
see
back
not
to
much.
full health.
Yeah, not like any of the poke actually sticking.
Whereas he has got down the Widowmaker to about 50 HP and the Pharah to half health. Just with his right clicks.
Oh, Widowmaker is so almost dead,
Widowmaker
and
dodges,
just
but
just get picked
it's
out.
not enough.
Pharah and Roadhog just gonna be popping into each other.
This should be a win from the side of the Roadhog unless this Pharah can pull off a miracle. She is close to her ultimate, but so is the Roadhog.
And control point is unlocking soon, and Pharah is best in the sky, not necessarily confined to a smaller space.
If she can... Oh, he has used his heal. If she can get out the hook, she may be able to dive down and ultimate him.
Yeah. Really low though, however. The Roadhog might just be able to deal with it. Oh, and that is the... Pharah just picked off before the
The right
control
click
line,
to win the game.
before the counter area even unlocks. It's currently 2 up for the side of Turtles against 1 from OK Dude.
I wasn't loving the Widowmaker with the pharmacy. She doesn't have...
No.
She can't do much for herself in order of getting away from enemies other than the grapple hook, but then she's just done for.
Yeah, I need more sustain in the comp than just
3, 2,
You need
DPS
someone,
plus
no, you need someone who
amplifier.
can hold their own.
Yeah. This, however, Pharmacy with a Wrecking Ball, I like a lot more.
It's some ball-on-ball action right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, both going for each other.
Both using their
These
slam.
slams. Not a true 1v1 as the Moira is helping in and the Pharah peppering in damage from each top.
Tell is trying to whittle down this pharmacy, but again, I don't see any focus on the Mercy. Tracer is trying to go for the Mercy. However, the Moira dies on the side.
Mercy did get picked off though.
of
So
the turtles.
that's the healing missing from both teams.
Healer for healer.
Neither of the side of the teams actually have any other sustain.
That is
So it's
all
currently
down on the side of turtles. Pharah dead. This should be very interesting. Tracer, if Tracer can kite out this ball, this is doable. However,
Very,
Ball,
very doable. However,
Ball does have his shields.
yeah, and that
Yep.
is the Tracer unfortunately dead.
Sadly, Tracer ran out of abilities to use there,
Yeah.
and Ball just closed the distance.
Sad thing about Tracer is although she's very good at dodging, she unfortunately can't forever. We'll see what the teams
now
go with
we're
this time,
going
as it's now
into the
two.
match
Match
point.
point for both teams.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you have different. Oh, you have Sigma for both teams actually this time. Bap and Ash accompanying the Sigma on side of OK Dude, and Turtle. The Sigma or the Turtle is playing, be accompanied by Tracer and Moira.
What do you want to see here, Sus? Because from the side of not turtles, but the other team.
OK
I've
Dude.
forgotten the name. Okay, dude. They need to abuse their range because they've got the Ash and the Batiste, whereas with
The
the
Tracer's
Moira
just
and
trying to get in the
Tracy,
back line.
want to dive onto the back line.
Yeah, the Tracer will want to be on the back line. The Moira probably either sticking with the Tracer or just trying to stay behind Sigma's shield and just poking damage orbs, like is happening right now. Tracer is indeed going in for the back line. Trying to get some poke in.
She's trying her best.
Bap
Recall
is
you.
very low. Bap is very, very low. The Immortality Field saving his life. If he actually get in,
Having a clutch, he's healed
Yeah.
himself up.
yeah, the Tracer could have gotten in, but unfortunately not able to. Both barriers down for the Sigmas. However, they have a fairly short cooldown, so coming back up.
At this rate, you might see another capture point open, and if that does happen,
Yeah.
I do favour
However,
the comp of
that
the
Batiste
turtles.
ult is up. That's a lot more damage and a lot more healing that team's going to be getting.
However, they haven't done much of it. There's not too
Mm.
much damage taken from the side of turtles. However,
Where's
the
the Tracer?
Sigma is being bursted down to half health.
Where's
Tracer
the
is
Tracer?
very far in the back line, trying to get a flanking angle.
Yeah. Not really sure if she has that long range though.
Here
Nice
comes the
ult though.
graphitic flux from Turtle.
Yeah. If the Tracer can get in,
And he
yeah, Turtle
manages
in
to find the
taking out the
Ash.
Ash. However, the Moira was taken out. If the Tracer can get it back,
It is looking
both
like a
of
win
these are
for
very low.
Turtles here. However, Batiste.
Yeah.
Oh,
Turtles
and
did get that.
Tracer pulls it out.
That was a nice clutch from the Tracer there. Very, very low HP, but just able to burst down the bat before he can do any damage to her.
Play of the game.
Nice play of the game
Let's
from
see.
Ash right now.
Let's see what the Ashe did here.
Oh,
She
nice
managed to
headshot to Anna.
headshot the Anna.
And get a headshot
Another
from Widow.
headshot. The Widow.
Now we see the baby diva.
Praying for their
Melee
life.
kill. Melee kill again. Okay. Yep. So now we're moving on to map selection again. From it'll be OK Dudes picking the map as they took that loss. They are choosing Castillo again. I know, but I'm saying, yeah, Castillo is being picked again by the second team in a row.
Select your hero.
We shall see if Lucio is playing at all again this time, or if he's going to be still unusable.
We shall see.
I reckon, like, Lucio could probably work in some comp.
3,
Oh, we have straight out with Turtles going,
fight.
instead of Diva accompanying their Ashe Mercy, going for Roadhog accompanying. Turtle does take a shot, so he's half his HP immediately from the Widow. Okay,
Roadhogs
dudes.
both pressing each other, and it seems to benefit the side of the turtles.
Yeah, melee kill claiming the other Roadhog's life from OK Dudes. Lucio trying to heal himself and Widow, that does not come to
Very caught out of
fruition.
position.
Instant kill for the
Widowmaker
Roadhog
trying
again.
to do as much as he can, but this is a lost fight.
Yeah. It'll have to be a GG go next.
0. Prepare for battle. Select
Yeah, I feel like Mercy is just so powerful in 3v3s. Because if you can stay behind a tank, then it's effectively adding a fourth member to your team. Because if one of your teammates dies, you just bring them straight back again. And you just offer that so much more damage and healing.
3, 2,
Got a full dive comp coming from OK Dude. Lucio, Tracer, Winston up against a much more stable and self-sustaining comp of Sigma, Soldier, and Anna.
I believe turtles do have the upper hand here. Soldier can deal with people diving onto him, and so can the Anna with the sleep and the anti-heal.
Yeah. Anna very low, however, taken down immediately by the Winston diving onto their backline.
Trade the
Tracer
DPS
getting the
for
feeling.
support. Turtle in a bit of a pickle here, managing to hold himself out quite long that he does allow
Currently-
the trade to happen.
I feel like Turtles are gonna get this though, because Soldier can do so much damage from such long range and can heal himself. Yeah, the Winston unfortunately picked off.
Not much you could do there as a Winston. He did need to dive on
Yeah,
that soldier, but flying
think
through
it was-
the air, he's a very vulnerable target.
yeah. I feel like he was waiting for his cooldowns, just hiding in that corner. But then unfortunately, as soon as he peeked out, the Soldier just clipped his head off. We shall see what the teams come up with next, and we have from the side of Turtles, Diva, Widow, and Bap up against Diva, not Diva, however, but Bap, Widow, and Soldier from the side of OK Dude. Soldier instantly gets his head taken off by that Widowmaker. Very clean shot from the side of Turtles.
Turtles having a much stronger game this game, going a lot more aggressive.
Yeah. Widow staying in the back
Widowmaker
line while Diva and
is
Bap rush
getting
forward.
harassed by the Diva. Batiste versus Batiste, who will win?
They both have a brutality field, so it will, however, be the Turtles winning the game overall as Diva came to assist the Baptiste.
And it was a very close first game, but Turtles definitely showed that they're the better team in this second game.
Yes, Turtles will be proceeding on to the winner bracket as OK Dude will fall to the losers bracket. It's not out for them yet, they still have a chance to win it. However, they do have to get through loser bracket now. That was a nice headshot at the end of that play of the game.
Very clean Widowmaker play.
Yeah, I feel like Widowmaker isn't my favorite pick in this. Because unless you're very confident in your skills at hitting the backline targets, there's not much use. I feel like DPS that can deal with long range targets. Well, Widow obviously can, but I feel like Farah and Soldier are much better just being able to like stay at the back and just pepper in tons and tons of damage.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good pick for good players, but if you're not hitting those targets that you need to, like for example a Mercy in the backline, then you don't have much use.
Yeah. So, next game that we will be setting up for is gonna be. Let me just. We have GPS versus HQ. So should be seeing them getting set up in a moment.
Stay tuned.
Antarctica.
Welcome back! We have both teams now in, ready for game 3 of the evening. Well, for us, evening. I think for people in America, it's the middle of the day. We have Team HQ against GPS. We'll see their comps. We have Lucio coming out first.
Fight.
We have a Symmetra coming out on the side of GPS.
Interesting pick. We've not seen it. We've not seen any of it. I was gonna say much, any of it. Gets a really quick advantage into that small room.
She's charging up her beam, Tracer trying to get into the backline, but the turrets are doing too much damage to her.
They're just
Tracer
walking
again,
up.
feeling the power of those turrets.
He got so low there. However, goes getting Lucio to get some healing back, but it's still not all the way. Symmetra just walking into them with that fully charged beam.
Symmetra gets to charge that beam so easily with the Reinhardt shield, which also
Yeah.
reloads her gun. Reinhardt goes for the charge, but doesn't find anything from it. The Rein is taken down to less than half HP, and Tracer is also less than half HP.
Lucio trying to heal up, but you just don't have the sustain from Lucio.
Takes way too long for the Lucio heal to come through, and Reinhardt putting down his shield again means he's gonna go down. And the Lucio is bursted down as well.
No, just a Tracer, gonna see if get any one has done from HQ. However, nope, that is the first point going over to GPS in a very dominant fashion. They just
Symmetra
pressed-
OP, please nerf.
They just pressed left click and W and the entire team just died.
Symmetra's turrets were really good at denying the Tracer there.
Yeah.
If she tried to go in, she just took half of her health straight away,
Yeah.
and none of them even had to damage her. It was just all the turrets doing the work.
And is Symmetra not being able to be picked though, so think about it next time. This time we have the we still have Lucio. I really don't like this Lucio pick. But it's Lucio, McCree, and Sig against Ashe, Anna, and Roadhog. I think I would prefer to see the Mercy with Ashe here. However, Anna cancel off within that lot of heal, a lot of heal, a lot of distance. Just the teams just poking at each other. No damage really sticking that much. However, the side of GPS got very low, however healed up by a nade from Anna, who is down to about 10 HP. She is now picked off, however the Ashe does however manage to get the McCree before going down.
It seems that HQ should be able to pull this one out, because they do at least have a tiny bit of sustain with the Lucio, but if Roadhog manages to took that Lucio, then...
No, that Roadhog's dead.
Roadhog is down, which has now evened up the game between HQ and GPS.
1-1. A very close game again this time. We shall see who ends up taking this point.
It seems HQ have a few fans in the chat.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
We see the Mercy's soldier and Roadhog coming out from the side of HQ against the Anna, McCree, and Orisa. The side of GPS. A lot of poke damage from both sides again.
Very similar comps, just with very similar comps in terms of what they achieve, but we'll see which one is executed better.
Yeah, both teams again are just trying to poke each other out from other sides of the map.
Mercy does have that res available, so if Soldier gets caught out here,
deep. Manages to get out with that sprint.
he's got those legs.
Does have those legs. GPS fans coming out again in chat as well. A lot of fans for both of these. Oh, a Bionade denying the heal of the Roadhog. Mercy taking very low as well.
Caught out here, but however, Mercy doesn't have the res, but she is brought down by the McCree.
Soldier does however get the
doing as
Anna.
much as he can.
If Soldier can get the McCree, I feel like he might have a chance with control point.
Agreed. If
He's
Soldier
gotta be
gets
careful he doesn't get. He has to be careful he doesn't get picked off before that though.
McCree sadly uses his ult too quickly, but it's still a stun and gun for the win.
Stun and gun, I like that one.
Select your hero.
GPS picking the score out ahead with 2 points against the 1 from HQ.
And let's see what these teams decide to bring in on this match point.
Yeah, whether...
And it's the classic Pharmacy Roadhog.
I love this. I genuinely love it so much.
This is unfortunate for the side of HQ. They have no range up against this Pharmacy.
You know, you can just like kind of like chuck out more, you can like try and chuck out orbs, you know?
Yeah, but Bora chucks out that orb, Reinhardt hits the double fire strike.
Easy win for the side of HQ. Or they can just try to wait it out. I think the best plan for HQ right now is trying to wait it out as long as they can until control point
Reaper is
opens.
on the flanking angle, trying to find the Roadhog, but not to much avail.
Yeah. I also think the best plan for them right now is just trying to wait it out until they get control point, because there's not much at all that HQ can do against the Pharisee.
And that is Moira down.
That's exactly why Pharmacy instantly gets pick off on Moira. Not much you can do there.
Reaper getting harassed, showing the superior long range of Pharah against Reaper.
Oh wow! Reinhardt was gonna charge at... I don't know who was on the part there, but Roadhog gets a nice stun hook. Pulls him out and then he instantly gets dissolved. And now just the Reaper against these three. I don't know how much the Reaper can do.
GPS really showing the power of having the high ground.
Yeah. Reaper left, try and do something. Does get taken out, and that is the first point going over to GPS.
Now HQ, just don't pick that Lucio, and you'll make us happy.
Yeah. Here we have the Symmetra play again.
Showing the power of that fully charged beam.
Yeah. Actually insane how much damage it can do. Hero Lock should be on. We have Li Zhang being the next map being picked. I think we may be waiting a second as well because some team sides are complaining about Hero Lock not being on. So we shall see how that goes along. Yeah. So we're gonna have a Lijiang map coming out for the side of HQ. We're not sure which Lijiang map it is yet though. So we're waiting for that team to reply on that. James, what comp do you think that Lucio could work in?
I feel Lucio. I don't know. Something with enough damage and sustain that they can carry their own weight, where the Lucio just helps out to just improve those strengths, because his sustain is quite small, his heals are quite small. But if maybe
Yeah.
something that can engage with his speed, because we haven't seen much that has the use of his speed, but it's very tricky to use that on the multi-dimensional maps that are a part of the 3v3 environment.
I mean, you could try like BAP with Lucio because BAP can be DPS, and Lucio can speed up the BAP, and that provides more healing as well. Maybe those two with a tank.
That could be interesting to see, but I just feel the roster of the other supports are just superior to Lucio.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah. Okay, we are back now after a little bit of technical difficulties. Rollock should be turned on. The map has been chosen as Lijiang Control Center. So, possibility for some Lucio pips here. We've been talking a lot about Lucio this 1v1 because teams seem adamant to pick him, even though me and Ridas both agree it's not the best pick here.
superior supports.
Yeah, Mercy, best support, obviously.
You've got your Mercy, you've got your Anna, you've got your... I almost said Ashe, that's not a support.
Not sure,
Why am I
not
thinking
sure
of
what
Cypher? I'm thinking of Widowmaker as well. Oh no. I've been out of touch with the support role for too long.
Too much Valorant. In this game we have the Wrecking Ball, Pharah, and Mercy. Mercy getting picked out quickly for the juice side of GPS. And then we have Lucio again with McCree and Sigma.
HQ are really adamant about making this Lucio work.
It just doesn't. Try something else, please, HQ.
It's your only hope.
Help me, Baptiste, you're my only hope. Farah
The only
getting so much
reliable
damage.
damage they've got onto the Farah or the Mercy is the McCree,
Yeah.
due to the hit
And the
scan nature.
McCree is instantly picked out by the Farah.
Massive
down, I
double
think-
slam from the Wrecking Ball.
Sigma
Sigma
some healing
trying
himself.
to block as much damage as he can, Lucio being as speedy as he can to get away.
They're being forced out of the center, but they can't be because it's going to unlock at some point.
And that is Sigma's barrier broken. It's rough, it's at very low health. That it will just keep breaking and he can't really provide much more. He's trying to eat as much damage as he can.
Just shot after shot coming in from
I'm
this Farah.
surprised they're surviving this long.
Yeah.
But Lucio
They're
is
doing
very
a good
low.
job. They're doing a good job like kiting around the enemy. Lucio does get picked out though.
Sigma doing the
Sigma.
best he can, but I don't think there's much hope for him.
No.
He does use the
But that's-
graphitic flux,
yeah.
but it's not enough.
That is it over. The point going the way of GPS.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Next up, we have
3, 2, 1.
we have Junkrat. Jake coming out strong here. We have the Junkrat along with the Mercy. Finally, have to use the Lucio pick. Thank you. Against Sigma. Well, with Sigma, against a Moira, Arissa, and McCree. The Junkrat is going to be
Oh, go on.
Go on. Okay. The Junkrat going to offer some really good long range spam against the shields.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Sus.
Yeah. Just gonna be able to pepper so much damage, and great minds think alike. HQ gonna take instant position on the control point, forcing GPS to rotate around the edges.
HQ almost managed to get the boop off on the Orisa with the Junkrat mine, but it wasn't quite the right angle for it to happen. That's the pull onto the Junkrat, but not much could happen from that either. Junkrat is
Yeah.
just tearing down this Orisa shield.
Both teams just playing really passively and ducking around cover and just trying to get poke on each other. The
they
nice
just
rock
gotta-
stunning the Arissa.
I think they believe
However-
the shield is a fourth member of the team.
Oh yeah, obviously. Do you not name your shields?
I call mine Jeremy.
Nice. It's a great name. Capture area now is unlocking. With HQ still being firmly positioned on this point, not giving GPS any space on it. However, the GPS are gonna have to try and make a push for it at some point if they want to stay, if they want to try and get another point. Capture area now unlocked. The Arissa GPS making their way on.
And the McCree
Wow.
ulti killing Mercy in her Valkyrie form.
Yeah, the Junkrat getting taken out just before by the McCree. That was a very nice push from GPS. We need to the very last possible second for just pushing onto the point, following the Arissa, who's had fortify up, so taking less damage.
Select
It appeared HQ wanted to play for the point, but once they got to the point, they just seemed to have choked under the pressure.
Yeah, you can have a game plan all well and good, but if you can't execute on that game plan, not,
Not
like
much you can do about it.
Yeah. We'll see what the teams come up with again. Same comp
Sombra.
coming out. Same comp coming out from HQ. The Roadhog, not Reaper, Junkrat, and Mercy against a Sombra, Ana, and Roadhog.
need this later.
Sombra gonna be obviously trying to get into the backline, getting some hacks off. Hacking that Mercy will be very, very useful for them.
Sombra is going to have a hard time getting kills here, I believe, but with the Roadhog, Mercy, Junkrat, like the heals from
Yeah.
that, she should be able to farm up her ultimate in time for the capture.
A nice hack onto the Roadhog to start things off. Just peppering in damage.
Dodges the hook with that translocator.
Very, very nicely done.
Back into the backline again she is. Just farming
the
up
Junkrat
as much
this
of that
time.
ult as she can. And she's already at 40% onto her ult.
Ana, however, is at 60%, which is very impressive. Mercy on 73, the support leading the way
These ults
there.
are charging rather fast from both teams.
Yeah. Nice pick on the Roadhog. Taken down to less than half health. Oh, we're gonna be able to heal up after that.
Anna now has her Nano available, whereas Mercy does have the Valkyrie and she just pops it straight away. Both Roadhogs hooking each other. The Nano comes out onto the Roadhog on the side of the GPS.
Roadhog is just gonna try and press W. However, very nice ult from the HQ Hog just to counter out that nano burst, push him back.
And I believe this game may be won soon with the use of the Sombra ultimate.
Yep.
Oh, a tire coming in, but will it reach its target? It does.
Picks up
It
the
reaches
Ana.
the Ana.
So we now
This
have a
is-
Mercy and Junkrat against a Sombra and Roadhog. I really. Oh, okay.
Junkrat left his Mercy to die. It may have been more winnable if they stayed together as a part of the pairing.
Yeah. The two friends from the
two Junkers.
Australian outbacks
From
fighting it
Dan
out
and
over
Dash.
control point in Lijiang. That is,
Oh.
however, Team 2 getting the second win, and that is gonna be them winning. GG's.
Play of the game.
GG's. Many, many GG's. In chat. You love to see it. Play of the game by the McCree, getting a nice pick off, and then an instant deadeye on getting on the Mercy. Unfortunately, he was not able to get behind the shield in time.
As a Mercy player Valkyrieing, you hate to see it.
Yeah. As a Mercy player, you hate to see it. That was a really good game though. Really fun to watch. Both teams are doing really good. And neither are out of the tournament. We've got double elimination, reminding everyone. So we shall see them again. Welcome back, everyone. We have our second game featuring Catboys. This time they're against Hazels.
Select your
We had some banter and match chat before we came back. But now we're just getting straight into the games. We shall see what the two comps come up with.
Now let's just
Hopefully-
hope we don't see a Lucio.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Maybe some pharmacy coming out. That was a popular pick last time.
3,
Praise the Lord, there's no Lucio.
Let's go. Catboys have already had.
Zuki. Oh, go on.
I was gonna say the Cowboys have already had a chance to test out what works and what doesn't work, so we'll see if that benefits them at all in the long run here. We have Doomfist, Roadhog, and Anna against a Sigma, McCree, and Moira.
Doomfist just charging
Doomfist
straight in and getting stunned.
picked out very early on. We'll see if the Roadhog and Anna can bring us back.
Anna has hit a sleep onto the McCree, but I don't think there'll be any follow-up.
If the Roadhog could have gotten that pick,
A massive triple anti from the Anna, but still there's no follow-up. Roadhog is not close enough to act.
I'm just gonna be hanging back and trying to get some long-range pickings, it looks like. Again, quite a passive game to start off with, apart from the Doomfist getting picked off early. The Roadhog and Anna are being very, very careful to just dart around the edges and try and get picks where they can. A lot of consecutive stuns onto that Roadhog though. Is healed up instantly though, thanks to his own heal and the intense heals of the Anna.
And it
Roadhog
appears
missing
that
the hurt.
the Hazels are taking the high ground. There
You're
is a
very fond of
sleep
the high
hit
ground.
onto the McCree. I mean, you've got to bring up the high ground when you've got Skywalker in the game.
True, actually, I did not realize that. Skywalker is dead though. Skywalker didn't get the high ground.
His spirit lives on.
Nanobus coming off
Spirit
the
lives
hog.
on in the high ground.
Does
the
get a
gr-
McCree.
Hitting Flux coming in, and Anna dies before she even hits the ground.
Now Roadhog trying to kill both Sigma and Moira.
He may be able to do it if he can sustain up long enough and focus the Moira. They're not getting
is.
too much damage onto him, but it seems that it was enough.
score
Roadhog is now down.
0.
First point going over to the way of Hazel.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Now let's see what they decide to bring out this time.
Yeah.
3,
We've got the no, thank goodness for no Lucio again. We've got instead of Doomfist, we've got a Tracer coming out from Skywalker on the side of Catboys. Tracer, Roadhog, and Anna up against Roadhog, Zarya, and Baptiste. Double tank.
They're going for the 2-1. I'm not
The
sure
Road-
how I like Zarya in 3v3s. It feels very hard to get her charge up enough for her to do any damage.
Yeah.
And
That
that
is-
Roadhog is just hooked, slept, and even dead.
Down. Same with the Bap. The Bap is dead now as well. The Zarya is also just going to be doing quickly. Now, Catboy is evening it up, 1-1.
prepare for battle.
It's anyone's game.
Select your hero.
Really is. Reminder, it's first three in the it's first three on on the
2, 1. Fight.
I can speak. um First to three on the matches, and then first three gets 1 point, and then it's first to 2 points overall. So currently it's been 2-0 I think every time. We've never gone to a third.
I believe so.
Not sure. Wonder if this will change it. The Zen coming out on the side of
Reaper going into the back lines, trying to see what he can do. He's using that Wraith form to get back out. And it appears that
Zen doesn't
Zenyatta
very worth it from the side of Catboys. If they can get damage onto the Zarya has no way to heal. So
the only thing Zarya has Tex is her shield, so if they get her below
Yeah.
that and then keep chipping away at her. It seems they do have the Discord orb on the Zarya, however that has faded away as Zenyatta doesn't have line of sight on her.
I think I'd recommend for the. Oh wow, the Roadhog got instantly bursted down. I think that's a fully charged Zen orb to the face. Roadhog does manage to pick off the Sigma though.
30 seconds.
They are managing to keep this game as even as possible, and that's a Roadhogger onto the Reaper. If they can kill this vulnerable Zen here, then there might actually be a chance for...
There is a lot of DPS coming out from the side of Catboys right now. Skywalker's
There's a
taking
death
down
on the side of
Reaper.
Catboys.
Reaper's
And
down,
it's
so
just the
she's
poor
dead.
Zenyatta left.
Score.
Yeah, with that, the Hazels will eat. We're up to 2-1.
Prepare for battle.
Hazel's fed the whole hog to the Zenyatta right in the face.
Yeah.
Three, two, one. Fight. Match point.
This time we have a Mei, a Zarya, and a Moira up against a Mei on the other side as well, with a Mercy and a Reinhardt.
Very interesting to see here.
Not seen any Mei so far. Now we see two come out on the same map.
We have seen one Mei, remember the one that managed to get the
Oh,
headshot
yeah.
onto the Ash?
Yeah. Just peppering in damage.
Very
against
hard
the-
for Mei to destroy this shield on the side of the Reinhardt.
Yeah. Reinhardt is now charging
Zarya
in now.
tanking that charge with her bubble.
That'll
Getting
give her a lot of charge.
charge.
It will fade quickly though, so if they're still being pretty passive, they're not gonna have much to do with
Not
that.
gonna get much value from it. Both Meis just seeing what they can do.
Yeah, she's playing very passively again. Oh, the Mei got walled off though. Ice blocking, try and save before it breaks.
And
Reinhardt
Zarya
getting
is
the
down
charge.
after being frozen
Yeah.
by the Mei and charged by the Reinhardt.
That's some really good coordination from Team Hazels actually.
However, it does appear that the Mei on the side of Catboys is being caught out.
Yeah. Gets taken down, yeah. It's now just the Moira left, though I do not think she will live long.
I do not believe Moira can 1v3 here unless she pulls off some sort of miracle.
I have faith, Not much faith, but have a bit of faith. Yeah, that is 3 points going into the way of Hazel. We shall see if Catboys can bring it back in the next map. Or if they will be removed to the loser bracket. Here we see the Roadhog getting a nice hook onto the Reaper. Chugging that heal, and then whole hogging that Zen to the face. And now we will reset for the next map. Did we even see much Mercy that round? I think a lot of other healers a lot more.
I believe we only saw Mercy once,
Yeah.
which is in the final round. A lot of variety with Anna, Mei, not Mei,
May the support. Ah, yes.
Anna, Moira.
Yeah. Bap. Li Zhang being picked again. For the side of Catboys. So we shall see. I am shooting in control center, yeah. So we shall see how this turns out for them. Whether they can bring it back and get more wins, or if and progress further, or if they're going to be knocked into the loser brackets by Hazels.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Just gotta wait a few seconds for them to select their heroes, and then we should be right into the action. We've seen a lot of interesting picks on this map. We saw Reaper, no, we saw Junkrat, we saw Sombra. Neither of them coming out this time. We've got a Reaper, Sigma, and Ana coming out from the side of Catboys against a Roadhog, Zarya, and Moira from the side of Hazel. No, James, that's the Zarya coming out again for the side of Hazel's. What do you reckon they're gonna try and do with this?
I'm not sure. I think what they need to do is they need to use it to shield whoever the Reaper dives on, and then if she can use that charge. But I don't think it'll be enough charge because she has to use the bubble on both herself and an ally to get a reasonable amount of charge to do actually any damage.
Yeah.
So we'll just see if she manages to soak up enough damage to be able to build that charge. She does use it to cancel the anti on both the Hog and herself.
I feel like the Zarya could work well. However, with a DPS or a tank that can actually dive into the back line, for example a Reinhardt, a Wrecking Ball, or a Winston to just leap onto the back line, maybe even a Zarya, and then she can just bubble them to try and get charge of that and get the team out safely. However, I just don't think it works with the Roadhog.
Reaper is sneaking around on the high ground. I'm not quite sure what he's doing up there.
He was previously behind on the other side of the map, so I'm sure teleported out there. I think he should get a flank ankle, however there's no one up there. Yeah, he's going in now to try and kill the Roadhog and now escaping back to his team though. Gets behind the safety of the Sigma shield, however does get picked off by that stray bullet from the Roadhog. Zarya just walking in.
Trying to heal all she can, but it's just not enough.
Yeah.
And that is the ultimate out of Moira, used to kill the enemy support.
And that is 1 point for the Way of Hazels already. Pretty dominant fashion, I have to say. We shall see what happens next.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
We have a Tracer, Roadhog, and Zen against Mei, Sigma, and Mercy.
I believe this is the composition that Hazel's brought out last time
Yeah.
with the Mercy.
I'm not sure how much I agree with it. Like, it's good, but I think there are better DPS that could be in that Mei spot to complement with a Mercy. Mei is very good at surviving on her own, which
Definitely.
just leaves kind of Mercy. Yeah, I can damage buff the Mei, but if the Mei ice blocks them in the middle of a team, Mercy can get caught out.
Yeah, there's a lot that the Mei can do to hurt her Mercy instead of actually helping her. If she ice blocks and leaves her alone, or if she uses her wall and accidentally splits off the Mercy to give the enemy team an easy pick. Whereas if you have the Ashe can boost herself away, and so can the Pharah. So I don't know why you'd pick out. And the Mei is down. Will Mercy be able to get a res in? It does not appear so.
Mercy was discorded and was already really low. Now just the Sigma gonna try and survive on his own.
Sigma sadly falls off the edge.
Rest in peace, the Sigma.
Gravity may be his friend, but it's also his enemy.
Pray for Gravity, the fourth player on the side of Hazel's. No, it wasn't Hazel's. On the side of Catboys. Gonna get them that point.
Three, two, one, fight.
Huh. Lockout does not actually seem to be on, so... Yeah. Yeah. So, Lockout does not appear to be on, so... Going for the same comp again, a Tracer, Roadhog, and Zen up against a Roadhog, Mei, and Mercy. I still don't really agree with this. I think Sigma, Mei, Mercy, I could agree with a bit more because Mercy could heal the Roadhog, but the Mercy is just kind of useless. there were a lot more supports that could be used to do a lot of things. Roadhog
Anna, for
almost.
example, might be a good pick here to buff the healing of your Mei and your Roadhog. Mercy is picked off by Tracer, who just got
I
a
think
double
that was a
kill.
one
Tracer
clip.
gets a triple kill.
I think that was a one clip to pick off the Mercy and the Roadhog with how quickly that happened.
Rather impressive.
Select your hero.
Yeah. Should see what the team's set to go for next round. If Catboys get another pick, it's gonna be down to 1-1.
3, 1. Fight. Match point.
Now, can Hazels bring it back? We shall
That's
see.
a question.
if
Bring
they
it back
can.
and secure their win. Maybe the same comp coming out again. Yeah, Lockout does not seem to be on. So we might be restarting this map. I don't know because Lockout is not actually set. However, for now we just have Tracer again, same comp for the side of Cowboys, and then Hazel's just seeing what they can be. The Tracers get picked off instantly. However, Discord Open and Moira gonna be doing a lot of work. Roadhog gets pulled into the enemy team, however, the Zarya does manage to get a bubble off on him. They're holding strong control point right now.
And he gets hooked again, and that is a death on the side of the Catboys, who are now getting torn down by the Hazels. Zenyatta manages to kill the Roadhog though, and uses his ult to get away. I don't think it will be enough, but let's see
valiant
what
effort.
he can do.
Score 2-2.
Okay,
Prepare for battle. Select your
next up. Down to match point again. If Hazels get this victory, they're gonna progress on to the winners bracket. However, if they do not, they will be forced down to losers by Catboys. So yeah, if Catboys lose this, they will be pushed off,
fight. Match
as we are already on the loser bracket. My mistake there. We have the Moira, Roadhog, and we have the same comp on both sides. Moira, Roadhog, and Zarya.
Identical. So this will all come down to execution.
Yeah. Someone's saying in chat this is like goats, and yes, it is. Both teams are sneaking around the edges.
Just crouching around.
We have the MVP Zarya skin for Frodo on this side.
The Catboys have now revealed themselves, trying to surprise the Hazels. In a very deja vu matchup.
Yeah. Hazels have shown a lot more practice on this comp, having played it before. Oh, we shall see if Catboys can show equal dominance on it.
And it appears that Zarya does get caught out, but then Zarya manages to bubble herself to block the damage and stay alive.
Yeah.
But
Zarya's
Zarya gets
bubbled
caught out
again.
again, and she doesn't have bubble this time to save herself.
It instantly gets dissolved.
Roadhog now
Roadhog
hooked,
is
and it
hooked as
appears that
well.
Hazels are going to pull this one out of the bag.
Yeah. Seems to be them gonna be getting the win.
The Coalescence is a nice last-ditch effort, but it's just not enough.
It does pick off the other Moira, to be fair. However, that whole hog is gonna seal the deal. That is gonna be Hazel's progressing on, and unfortunately, Catboys are gonna get pushed out of the tournament.
They are cut off.
play
Yep,
of
I
the
appreciate the pitch perfect reference there. So yeah, that was Hazel's progressing on, and Catboy's unfortunately getting eliminated and out of the tournament. Yep, we shall be right back as we've reset for the next team. Welcome back. We are now in a game with OK Dudes versus Exceeds. OK Dudes progressing on to the winner bracket, I believe this is. So we have everyone in game. We are just gonna see if they're ready yet. Yeah. Going to the Giant Control Center. Are we not starting on Eco Point? Okay, so these guys have actually already played the first round of their game. I don't know who got the first point. And so we are now on to the second round of it, called with Lijiang Control Center. Just checking. Wait. So Xyz actually got the first point. So the Lijiang Control Center was a very popular map pick, picked by Team 2, which is the OK Dudes. Oh, it's 1-1. Okay. So actually, whoever wins the next one is gonna win. Yeah, we are getting the information live because we joined in the middle of their game. Yeah, we have no idea how this is gonna go. Very exciting for us, right, James?
Yep, a game 3. Haven't seen that yet.
We didn't exactly see it this time either.
Not exactly, no. We've heard of it this time.
Yeah. So it was Castillo for the second map. So we've only actually played. Any teams have only played on Control Center, Castillo, and of course Eco Point. Okay. So, okay, I think we're entering game. I don't know if both teams are ready. Both teams seem to be ready. So, going into Lijiang Control Center for the manyth time today. And yes, that is a word. It is a word. Don't worry about it.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. I dropped English. Don't worry about it.
You sound like a very reliable source.
I know, right? So we have Baptiste, Roadhog, and Arissa coming up against an Echo. Was the first thing that caught my eye. With a Roadhog and a Zen.
This is our first echo of the event.
Yes, I have to echo that sentiment. And I'm guessing that the Harmony Orb is just going to be on the Echo the entire time. Roadhog having self-heal to keep himself up.
And I'm expecting a twit longer apology from you for that awful pun.
It was a great pun. We shall see what happens here.
The double hooks from both hogs, but it goes in favor of too lazy to heal.
Too lazy to heal, being on side of the
Okay, dudes.
OK Dudes.
Take the game, the round.
First point, yeah, first point. Don't get carried away here yet, James. Only on first point.
Select your hero.
Roadhog was on a sliver of HP as that round ended.
Yeah. The Echo only having lost a sliver of HP. Now we have May coming again. Maybe with a Brig. I think that's the first time I've seeing Brig here with the Roadhog against a Sigma, Bap, and Diva.
Brigitta Lindholm.
I'm very proud. What do you make? What do you make of the Brigitta pick here?
Looks like that
Better than Lucio.
didn't work out.
Yeah, I think that's a sentiment I can
She's got
agree with.
the AoE healing, and then she's got the repair packs, which I believe they've removed overheal from that, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
But it is still extra healing to the Lucio, and her DPS is just much better with the AoE damage of her flail, and she has a lot more utility with the shield bash and the flail.
Do you mean the whip shot?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
No
Well,
problem.
oh, May has fallen down, and it seems her
She's
team
fallen,
will be
she can't
joining
get
her.
I don't know if that was intentional or not, because I think that Exceed's team comp is very much versed at walking into the enemy team.
And Diva gets frozen, but not much follow-up.
Rig is very low, went very, very low there. However, it does seem to be...
Is using his legs to go sky high. And then a Grebka is picked off. And that's
the
a
ult
Grebka
popped as
plus.
soon as it comes up, finishing off the round.
And they're killed before they can even reach the ground.
Gravity being nice to Sigma this time. We shall see what the teams come up with next round. If OK Dudes are gonna win this map 3 apparently. Which we have not seen. Oh, we have interesting comp. We have Pharmacy coming out of both sides.
Double Pharmacy. I do prefer the Roadhog Pharmacy comp over the Soldier comp, but we shall see.
I'm not sure, because the Soldier can definitely do more damage to the other pharmacies here, rather than the Roadhog.
Yeah, a lot more potential for Soldier to pick up the Mercy, but that's not going to happen if he gets knocked off the edge of the map.
What he does. The Roadhog is just kind of chilling inside, not really able to do much, as the two
Trying
Pharaohs
to make sure he doesn't get knocked off of the map. He's learned from the mistake of his enemy.
Two Pharaohs were battling it out outside. Now, Pharaohs from Exceeds have moved indoors, where it's just warmer. Keeping that the pharmacy from OK Dudes firmly out of the door. We'll see what happens when control point unlocks, because currently they're just shooting bullets at each other. Not many of them are connecting, and any of them they do are just getting instantly healed up by the Mercy.
Say, it's very smart for them to stay inside, because as they saw, if you walk outside as the Roadhog, that is just a death trap waiting to happen. You could get moved off the edge, like the poor Soldier.
And inside gives Roadhog a bit more use. Too lazy to heal, proving that he is not in fact too lazy to heal, keeping his Farah topped up nicely.
Farah on the side of the... Okay, oh!
Capture era is going to unlock. So the Mercy is just
she has her ultimate available, but she got picked off.
Before she could even use it. I wonder if Exceeds can bring this back. Currently 1-2 for the sides of OK Dudes, so we shall see what happens.
We didn't get to see much of the strengths of the differences of those pharmacy comps due to the fact of the unfortunate positioning of the Soldier.
Yeah. I guess that's just an issue for the Soldier to actually have much use. He needs to be line of sight, but you need to be outside to do that, and if you're outside to do that, you're at risk of getting thrown off. Two very different comps this time, sharing the same support of Moira. However, Exceed's going with Moira, Winston, and Tracer, and OK Dude's going with Ryan, Moira, and Reaper. And the Reaper does get an instant pick off onto both the Winston and the Moira.
Reaper doing work, Tracer not much she could do here, she's less than half health, and the recall brings her back to be still half health.
Just half health. Looks like it's going to be a win here for OK Dudes.
There's not much Tracer can do here with half her health and no teammates.
This is the winner's bracket, so Exceeds will not be pushed out of the tournament. However, OK Dudes are going to progress in the winner's bracket, looking very strong here. Not sure what the Tracer's plan is here. Do you see, James, do you see any way of the Tracer winning this?
I do not.
Maybe bait the entire team out from control point.
She cannot kill that Reinhardt in any way.
No, that's just kind of going to be down. That is going to be the game, going for OK Dudes.
And remember, that was the final game of that.
Yeah. It's 2-1 to OK Dudes. Winning that. Oh, and here we see the Reaper just pressing W and left click at that team.
Okay, dude's getting the game set and match.
Yes, I think now we're going to go and reset and set up for the next team. So we shall be right back. Okay, so we are back. We have not actually quite get into games yet. We are currently just waiting for GPS versus Hazel's to finish. The loser will be knocked off, and the winner will progress to go against. I believe this is OK Dudes. I think. Yeah. So OK Dudes against. Yes, it'll be the winner of GPS versus Hazel's. Unfortunately, the winners of the winner bracket they played their match off camera, so he unfortunately did not get to watch that. The winners were who were the winners again? Um, little Troy Records won 2-1. So against no else, just Turtles. So Turtles will be forced out to the lizard bracket. So they have another chance to win this, and Little Troy will be progressing on to the grand finals. So yeah, we are not actually playing yet. We are just waiting for GPS versus Hazel's to be finished, and then we are waiting. Yeah. Sit tight, and we will be right back. Welcome back! Sorry for that very long pause, everyone. We're back with the rematch of OK Dudes versus Hazels.
Eagle point.
It'll be good to see these teams going up against each other again. We'll see who wins this time.
Select your hero.
I don't actually quite remember who won last time. However, they're both playing. They are both playing in the loser brackets. So the winner of this will move on to the finals of the loser bracket. And then the losers will be knocked out of the tournament.
One. Fight.
Okay, so we are seeing Roadhog, Zen, and Soldier up against Winston, Anna, and McCree. James, what do you make of both these comps?
Let's take a look here. Well, it seems that the soldier is just mowing down the Winston. It's all about the dive. If they can dive onto the Zen, then they may be able to get this through. But the Winston is taking so much damage before he can even get onto his target.
Yeah, the Soldier's just pumping in so much damage.
And it seems... Oh,
One pick off for the Roadhog, but then the OK Dudes answer back with 2 picks of their own.
and
Just
now
McCree
it's just
left.
a McCree left who, if he takes too much damage, then he won't be able to do this. He'll just have to hope that he catches out either the soldier or the Zen.
Sneaking around. Very appropriate skin, I have to say, for this map. Yeah, he's just trying to sneak around. If he can get maybe 1 pick off, like on the Soldier. Yeah, if he gets a good few headshots, he should be fine, but I don't know how close he can get. He's just like, Soldier has so much more range. And Zen as well. Zen is picking him up! Zen instantly picking the head off that McCree.
Prepare for battle.
1 point going over to OK Dudes. We shall see what happens in the next round. Okay, we have double shield. We have Sigma, Bap, and Diva against a May, Mercy, and Sigma. Sigma on both sides.
And let's see what happens here.
Yeah. Both getting in decent poke damage. Diva dropping to the
And
low ground.
May almost catching out the D with a freeze, but those boosters managed to get her away. You can't eat up that freeze with the defense matrix.
Yeah. Very close call, but Diva did manage to get away and get the healing of her team.
Both teams just tickling each other at range.
Very exciting matchup.
Oh, Sigma hits the rock onto the May, but she just goes into her ice form.
The Sigma on the side of OK Dudes is very low. And May almost getting burst down there. Back up to half health from Mercy, but still taking damage.
The main wall does deny a lot of damage there from the side of OK Dudes.
Yeah. Nice rocks coming in. Capture area is being unlocked. And OK Dudes do have the more prominent position for it.
And the graphitic flux coming in on the side of OK Dudes. And that manages...
The Infinity Field, the Immortality Field is going to help them for a moment, but not long enough, as the BAP is going to go down. However, that Infinity Flux, that Gravitation Flux words, is going to pick out their Mercy, and the May is going to get picked off. It's currently a 1v1, a Baby Diva versus a Sigma, and the Baby Diva gets the final kill on Sigma. 2 points now going the way of OK Dudes. None for... It's been a long afternoon. None for Hazels. That's the team. Been a close match so far,
3,
though.
2,
Even though the score might not show that.
fight.
I definitely agree.
Point.
Got the Rhine, Moira, and Reaper against same comp from the other team. May, Mercy and Sigma. See if that works out better this time.
Using that ice block quite early, so now Mei is very vulnerable to being dived on charged by Ryan.
Mercy's getting solo. Mercy gets picked off by the Reaper.
That's good target focus from the side of OK Dudes, knowing who they need to go for.
May's down as well. And
Should be a round win for them.
Yeah, very quick kill onto the Sigma. Okay, dudes is gonna get taken out. Play of the game going to the Zenyatta. You'd love to see it. Did he get a triple kill here?
Let's see.
He did not.
Didn't seem that much happened there.
No. Very exciting. Missing the kill afterwards though. Now we will reset while words. Hazels will pick Legion Control again. For the map. So both teams seem to be ready. And we are going to go in. Next map.
Now arriving at Legion.
James, what do you think that Hazel needs to do here to try and bring back a win?
Select your hero.
Put you on the spot.
I think they want to bring out maybe the pharmacy hog in their lot in at least one of their comps. I think maybe stray away from the Mei and Mercy. Hasn't
Yeah,
seemed
especially on
to be
this map.
working that well.
3, 2,
Both teams are straying away from the May Mercy. We have a Zen Roadhog Soldier up from the side of OK Dudes up against Zarya, Moira, and Roadhog from the side of Hazels.
Indeed. Now let's see who takes the first shot here, with both teams seeming to go on rather long ways around.
Yeah, both rotating trying to avoid each other. They have spotted each other out now, with shots being fired. Still both being very cautious of each other, really respecting each other's capabilities here. Don't want to risk getting any pricks off. The Zarya does instantly get lost half her HP though.
And that's what I was expecting to happen. The Roadhog, they were trying to bait the hook to pull them off of the map, and I think that's why they wanted to rotate to this position
Yeah, that was a very nice pick.
first. And another
Incredible hit pick.
onto the top platform leaves that
I think
soldier
you can see why Hazels chose this map to play on. Absolutely
Not
dominating.
much that this Zenyatta can do.
No, I doubt they'll be able to pull it back from this. I think they want to try and stay. I think they're just going to try and stay in hold point. They could try and chase the Zen, but I don't think they want to risk it. The Zen does drop down though. Zarya just popping that down with a beam and instantly gets taken out.
0 to 1.
The headshot from the Roadhog stealing the kill.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Hazel looking a bit better on this map than they were on Eco Point Antarctica.
Yeah, taking the first point against OK Dudes. We shall see if that carries on to the next round though.
3,
Oh, we have May Mercy again. We have May Mercy and Sigma up against Zen, Echo, and Roadhog. What do you make of Echo on this map and not with the Mercy?
Echo is good, but I feel like in this comp it's going to be very hard to get any picks. Your main target is going to be the Mercy, and she is very hard to hit with your projectiles and bombs. So without having your own Mercy, you might just dive and die.
Yeah. I mean, you'll have the Harmony up. I'm going to be guessing the Harmony up will be permanently on that Echo. With Zen trying to keep line of sight. Yeah, Harmony Hawk does indeed go into the Echo. Just get really low though. This
I believe that was a
really...
rock hit mid-air by the Sigma.
Yeah, it's an insane shot. Zen is also very low right now.
May walling herself up onto the high ground because she sees the Echo rotating, but Echo does not follow up on that path.
Yeah. Both teams being quite careful again. Moving around the pillar in the center of control point. Echo trying to find cover outside, so she has an easy escaped option as well. Sigma just blocking that damage with the shield. Her does get
May
taken down.
has seemed to caught out Roadhog on his own, but May, in fact, is the one who gets collapsed on instead.
Yeah, really quick collapse from OK Dudes. Instantly saying that May was on her own and just everyone gathering around her. Sigma gets taken out, and I don't think the Mercy stands a chance as she gets taken out from following.
1 to 1. Prepare for
Currently 1-1, so it's actually a really even game this time.
your hero.
Let's see if let's see if OK let's see if OK Dudes can bring us up to a third game, or if Hazel will
OK Dudes got the
secure
first
match.
point.
Oh,
3,
life is hard.
1.
Life is hard, don't worry, it's been a long evening. We've been casting for like 2.5 hours without eating food.
So let's see if the team that needs to brings it to a map free, or if this will be a clean win for OK Dudes.
Launcher.
Mercy with the Doomfist and Winston this time. I'm not sure how much I agree with Mercy with Doomfist. I'm just gonna like jumps into the backline, and Mercy does not want to be in the backline. Up against a Moira with Reaper and Reinhardt. I can hear the and they say spam already.
Very classic voice line spam.
And they say, and they say, and they say.
It seems teams are constantly lucky when they pick Reaper and end up going into the counter matchup of Winston.
Doomfist gets taken out instantly though, and Mercy follows. Don't know if the Winston has much chance, knows he gets pulled out immediately
OK
after.
Dudes just demolish the Hazels in
The
that
Hazels.
game.
Yeah. It was really insane actually there. We'll see if Hazels can try and clutch it back, or if Ogators are just going to get the next point and move on to the finals of the loser bracket.
Match point.
We've got Bap, McCree, and Ryan against Bap again, but with Sigma and a Diva. Who do you think has a better comp here, James?
It's very hard. I like the Batiste. He provides a lot of value to both teams. There is a lack of damage on the side of
Okay, dudes.
OK Dudes. They might be able to get out a bit of DPS from Diva, but once she's used those micro missiles, there's not much damage left after that.
Yeah.
Whereas
The
the
Hazels
McCree is taken down very low, but it's getting healed back up by the Batiste.
Hazels have instantly moved to the high ground. Diva went up to try and contest, but was dropped down to about half health.
Diva got the full front force of the CC from the enemy team when she was trying to approach them.
I think this
She
is
will
what they're going
be
to try and do, hold
healed
that
up
choke
fully,
point.
but
Goes back
the
up,
Batiste-
gets stunned again, but does get her defense matrix off at the time. Still gets taken down to about half health, but that's going to be healed up with the Baptiste.
They've now dropped down onto the low ground, and Diva is trying to do what she can from above, which is not too advantageous on the Diva
Yeah.
with your shotguns.
Drone being forced out from the side of Hazel's. McCree going incredibly low there. Does get healed up though. Both ults from both Bats being popped out at the same time. All of the team on Hazel's are very low.
It seems that OK Dudes has the control of the point. There's a McCree ult that comes through. Diva manages to deny it with her defense matrix.
Teleport
And there's
is
a critical
unlocked,
clutch
so if
on the side of OK Dudes, which manages to slam down the Batiste, and there's not much he can do about that. Reinhardt does get a double man shadow, but charges off
he
the
got
point.
off point, I wouldn't call that a C9 because he probably wasn't going to win that. However, that was so unfortunate timing.
Play of the game.
And here
That
we
is
see a play of the game from the Reaper.
Yeah. That is Hazel's being forced out of the tournament, and OK Dudes are going to be moving on to the final round. the finals, semi-finals, loser bracket. Yeah. Okay, and we shall be right back when we get the final team in. Hopefully it won't take as long as right back. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the delay again. One of the teams unfortunately had to drop out due to an internet issue from one of the members. Little Turtles will not unfortunately be playing in the loser bracket finals. However, we are now moving on straight to the grand finals. This is the last game of for evening for those in Britain, and the afternoon for those in the USA, and morning for anywhere else. So, last game of the event. And this is the grand finals. So the winner of these matches will be the winners overall. We have Lil Troy Records. Okay, dudes. So we shall see how these teams get in shortly.
And here we go.
Mercy Ash Sigma coming straight out from the side of Records, and I love this pick. I love that comp. It's just so
I
nice.
do feel the Mercy Ash Sigma will win this one.
Yeah. It's Mercy Ash Sigma versus Ash Sigma versus Roadhog, Zen, and Soldier. So yeah.
It's very hard to pick off the Mercy like instantly, so she'll just be able to get to safety if they do too much damage to her, whereas the Ash can burst down the Zen at a really long range with a headshot.
Yeah. Roadhog going in trying to get a flank on a pick off the side, but does get caught out, so has to back up. Soldier is very low right now. Does get healed up though.
Ash trying to do what she can to try kill the backline of Little Troy Records.
Yeah. Nothing
Oh,
much is.
Mercy is hooked and dead.
Oh wow, yeah. That leaves the Ash on a bare slither of HP, gets taken out by the Helix rockets from the Soldier.
There's
just
not
Sigma
much
left.
Sigma can do here.
Gets taken down.
And that
Okay,
was the
dudes.
pick they needed to get.
Yeah. Okay, dudes, take the first point.
Select your hero.
Now let's see how Little Troy Records decide to follow up against this.
Yeah. See if they can deal with this early loss. Same comp coming out from Lil Troy Records. This time we've got Sigma, Bap, and Diva coming out from the sides of OK Dudes.
Now again, they are lacking the DPS, but what they lack in DPS, they make up for it in sustain.
Yeah. And the Bap can be the DPS of their team, I think.
But will it be enough?
Compared to a damage boosted Ash? No, I don't think so. Yeah, proving that. The Ash just got taken out. However, can be revived by the Mercy.
Mercy
Sigma
may not
picking-
even need to revive, because
Word.
Sigma is doing the work.
Yeah, it takes out two of them.
Here
Mercy's gonna
comes
go
the res
for it.
while Baby Diva is out of her mech.
Yeah, and gets taken down by a punch from the resurrected Ash.
To one. Prepare for battle.
And that is a tied match at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, 1-1. We shall see what comes to Team Palestine. Both of them have the teams they've locked now. Heroes locked away. Oh, we've got Bap, McCree, and Ryan coming out from the sides of Lil Troy Records against Ball, Anna, and Echo. So what do you make of that Ball, Anna, Echo comp, James?
I feel it's good enough to get the job done. Like Anna is a good. If you're good at Anna, then she's a good substitute for Mercy. If you're playing with someone who can fly in the sky, because she can hit those shots without having to be nearby.
Yeah, Ash gets taken very low. Ash gets taken down by the McCree.
I believe you mean to say Echo.
Yeah, sorry, what did I say?
You said Ash. Oh, Bull gets a double
The
kill.
immortality
because
kill
of
was
the-
keeping that team alive. However, it didn't keep them alive long enough as Ball
The
just
Anna
swung
anti-heal
in.
kept them too low for the immortality field to have much of an effect once it ran out.
I think I favour the Wrecking Ball slightly in this matchup, being able to move around so much, not shields, but Ryan's got to try and do
Yeah,
something.
Ryan is already half health. He's missing
Yeah.
the charge, which is very unfortunate situation for the Reinhardt to be in.
Yeah.
Whereas Bull is just poking down this Ryan as he could just slam him through the shield.
I don't think that Little Records has a chance here. Ryan is so low. If he lets go of the shield to try and attack, he's just going to take so much damage. It's like a horror movie with the ball just swinging around and the Ryan trying to block it off. Yeah. They're just sitting on opposite
They're
sides
just
of the
waiting in
point.
opposite corners, trying to bait the Ryan charge.
Oh no.
Does decide to slam into him.
No! Oh, okay. 2 points now going in the way of okay dudes.
And the Hammond with the moustache takes the round.
Yes.
So that is okay dudes now in the lead.
Yeah, 2 points to the 1 of Lil Trey Records. We should see if Okada's can take the first point, or if the Lil Trey Records are gonna even it up. Okay, we've got the same comp, almost same comp. The tanks are different. We've got a McCree and Bap on both sides. However, Lil Trey Records with the Roadhog against OK Dudes with Reinhardt.
I think I prefer the Roadhog over the Reinhardt. Mainly just because the shield can get poked down, and then if Roadhog hits the hook onto either of the backline, they should die.
Yes. Also, if we have a situation which we saw last game, the Roadhog does have a lot more stay than the Reinhardt does.
Exactly.
We shall see how it goes though. Neither team is exactly low right now. Just both trying to get some poke damage on each other, though nothing's really sticking. A lot of damage is just sticking onto that Roadhog though on the side of Lil Trey Records. Both the McCree and the Roadhog taking down low have health, but both healed up by the Baptiste again. Also coming in line for both sides.
McCree with the Baptiste Barret, and he drops down and kills the Roadhog with it.
Roadhog! Very impressive all combo from them.
Now
Instantly taking out
there's
the
no
front line.
tank left
No.
for the side of Little Troy Records.
Yeah. Little Trackers may be able to push something off if they can get a pick onto one of the MP, but no, that's a pick onto both of them. That is okay, dude, taking the first point.
Let's see if they can follow it up in game 2.
Yeah.
Of the game.
Then the game going to the tank of Lil Troy Records with the Sigma play. Nice double pick there.
Very nice.
And now we wait for Lil Troy Records to pick the map. They're choosing Castillo. It's a very fun map.
Welcome to Castillo.
So just a reminder, the Grand Finals is going to be played to a best of 5 instead of the best of 3, like the others have been doing. So, yeah, this map will be slightly longer. We shall see if, with this point, if Dudes can bring it to match point, or if Lil Troy Records are going to even up the score. Out of the gates, we see Zen on both sides. Dudes going with Echo, Zen, and Roadhog versus the comp of Lil Troy Records, which is Junkrat, Zen, and Sigma.
And that is a pick on the side of OK Dudes, which is very favourable for them. They've gotten rid of that DPS. There's not much damage that should come through. Now that the Zenyatta is dead as well, Sigma is just a duck sitting, waiting to die.
The Zen picked off the Zen. He could have died off the map at the end.
Select your hero.
Yeah, really quick round actually for the side of OK Dudes. We shall see what happens after that.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
We have Mercy, Ash, and Sigma. The Little Records' favorite comp, it seems, is out again, up against Diva, Bap, and Sigma. Double tank again. Sigma dropping very low there. Both the tanks pretty low. Diva almost getting forced out of her mech.
Let me handle it. Let me get you patched up.
Nothing really happening. Both sides healed back up to full.
Yep, it's just playing a game of poke right now. That is no. Wait, no, I got that wrong. They are all gathering by the music speaker. Maybe they want to listen to some jams.
I mean, I do. He doesn't.
And that is the ult coming down from OK Dude. Not much happening with it. And Diva is catching both the Mercy and the Ashe. Mercy is dead, which
Picked
should leave
off.
Ashe a very vulnerable target.
Yeah. Ash does get picked up by those micro missiles from Diva.
And again, it is just Sigma left, and I don't believe there's much he can do.
No, he's gonna get forced into a corner. The ult coming out will buy him a bit of time. He did actually get a bat, but I don't think that health is gonna let him sustain for any longer.
If he can kill this baby Diva, then it is
No.
doable, but it's not
To 2.
done.
Wasn't meant to be.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Baby Diva getting the final kill. I wonder. Looks like this map's gonna go the way of OK Dudes, and if so, it'll already point. I wonder if they'll be able to 3-0 sweep Little Troy Records.
3,
Maybe.
1. Fight.
The pharmacy here is a very strong pick.
Yeah, especially in this map. This map is very good for pharmacy. Being able to like rotate around the central lighthouse. Bell tower?
Yeah? Maybe? Not sure what the building is.
No, it doesn't have anything in the top. I feel like it's meant to be a lighthouse, being like the edge of a cliff and everything. Back to the game. Fire was already taken off from the pharmacy pick. The Mercy does however kill the
picked
Ashe.
off the Ashe and then gets the res onto her Mercy.
The Mercy also
I mean, gets a res onto her Pharah.
both of the teams, both the Ashe and the Pharaoh were res there. Oh, the Mercy just got
And
picked
it
off.
is
Both Mercies
Mercies
are
are killed.
And both DPS has been killed. It is currently
2 tanks
Ball
left
versus
on either
Sigma.
side.
ball's very,
Shield
very low.
is proving very troublesome for this Hammond. He just has to maybe try wait out until he gets his shield back. It was very close.
Yeah,
1
but that is
to 2.
going to go the way of Lil Troy Records getting their first point.
Select
However, they no longer have the Mercy, so the Pharmacy I expect to still come out again on the
However,
side.
yeah, Lil Troy Records can try and counteract that with a hit scan. Try to play Widow maybe, or maybe
Maybe
McCree.
Widow, Soldier McCree, we'll see what
The
what
skybox
they bring
isn't
out.
that high on this map, I don't think.
1.
So maybe they can try to think with that. Yeah, Pharmacy Ball coming out again for the side of OK Dudes against. Yeah, they've gone with McCree here.
And that is Hammond dead.
Oh, we're back. Okay, yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi just disconnected there for a second. Hammond is brought down on the sides of OK
Mercy
Dudes.
may be able to res this if they find an opportunity, but it will be very hard and leave her very vulnerable. They'll
Yeah,
have to rely on Farah to get a pick before they can even think about doing that.
yeah. Mercy also just doesn't want to leave the Farah's side because that'll leave both Farah and Mercy very vulnerable.
Farah's trying her best to get the poke in, but Batista's just healing it right back up.
Very awkward situation that Little Tree Records have put the OK Dudes in.
Okay, dude's getting partly low, but the Mercy keeps the Pharah alive.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try and do
McCree might be
something
caught out of position here, and that is
Yeah, I
a
guess
death
Tex.
on the McCree. They can maybe now look to res their Hammond, as they do
Yeah.
not have a reliable hit scan other than Batiste at the current moment. And Farah's just unloading more damage. The ult comes through. Mercy is going to have to look for a res here, but will she be able to do it? No, she
That's
cannot.
picked off. Little Tree Records evens it up 2-2.
Very risky Farah ult in the face of the
Yeah.
enemy.
Select your hero.
It would have either killed them, won them around, or like what just happened, she would have just died. Could have possibly tried to save that and set up for a more opportune moment, but decides to go for it.
And let's see if they bring out the pharmacy once again. They have decided against it.
One.
They are going
Yeah.
for the Moira Tracer Winston.
Match point.
Up against Anna, Soldier, and Roadhog.
Doesn't
Which
look the best for OK Dudes, because when that Winston dives onto you, your Roadhog will just be able to hook it and shotgun him in the face.
Yeah, we love being shotgunned in the face.
And here we see, so that's the problem.
Yeah. Soldiers instantly burst them. Does get taken out by the Tracer though. Power exchange
Tracer
over the
in a
Moira.
very sticky situation here. She's gonna have to try keep as much of her health bar as she can, but no, she is
Roadhog
hooked
gets
and
hooked.
punished.
Lil Troy Records even up the score 1-1 in the best of 5.
Play of the game.
We are going to be seeing the map pick will be going to OK Dudes this time. So we shall see what they pick. The map. They pick Lijiang Control Center. So both teams seem to be ready, so we seem to be getting straight into the match.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
We have seen a lot of this map all today. This is a best of 5, so we will actually be able to see the other map we've not seen today, which is Hall.
One. Fight.
We have the Echoes and Roadhog against Brigitte, Reaper, Tracer. James, what do you make of the comp on Lil Troy Records?
Very interesting. I'm not sure if they'll be able to execute it. We'll have to see. I mean, they've got very short range of all of their picks, so they won't have much of a response to the Echo unless she decides to sit on their face.
What she apparently seems to be doing, the only person on that team taking damage. Oh, yep, the Zen instantly picks up the Tracer.
Then showing the benefit of having the longer range, and quite a clean fight from the OK Dude.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Yeah. Quick game. Okay, they're taking the first point. This time, we do not have double DPS. We have...
Double tank
Oh,
on
we
the
do.
side of OK Dude.
Okay, dudes. That's been really prevalent. Double tank and one support. What do you make of that?
I'm not sure. It's definitely an interesting take. I feel like I prefer the DPS.
Yeah. So we've got Diva, Sigma, and Bat up against Bat, Reaper, and Diva. Reaper very, very low. Gonna try to find his Bat for some healing there.
Diva
taking
managed
down
to
before
kill
he reduces.
Reaper in the backline with her boosters. And that baby Diva is taken down.
2-0. Prepare for battle.
And this looks like it's another point in favor of OK Dude.
Yeah. They seem to be storing this map pick. It is, yeah, like I said, it is their map pick, so it's working very well on this map. Let's see if Lil Troy Records can bring this back, or if it's going to be a 3-0 sweep in this map.
2-1.
Oh, we have double DPS for one tank.
Match point.
On the side of Lil Troy Records, we have the Ashe, Tracer, and Sig up against Moira, Reaper, and Rhine.
I feel like this is probably going to be a one game for the OK
Yeah.
Dude.
They have literally no sustain on the side of Lil Troy Records.
Any damage that Ashe takes is permanent. Tracer can only
However-
recall.
However, they instantly get 2 picks off on...
Reinhardt in a bit of a sticky situation there, misses his charge.
Okay, dudes. They get taken out!
2-1.
They just burst everyone down without even giving them a second to
Select
breathe.
your hero.
Look how low the Sigma was at the end of that.
Very low indeed. Reinhardt could have maybe pulled it out of the bag, but missed the charge. It was just very unlucky.
Yeah. I'm gonna see
3, 2, 1.
Rhine against Rhine. On the OK Dudes, we've got Rhine with Moira and McCree. And on Lil Troy Records, we have Rhine with Reaper and Baptiste. Fire Strike going AWOL there. Both teams just fighting out.
Reaper doing what he can to break that Reinhardt shield.
Yeah.
They both have very close range comps.
Gonna be
Except
very
for
much
the
in each other's
McCree.
faces. Who
And
doesn't get taken
Reaper
out?
manages to get onto the McCree. And
Fire
it looks
Strike
like
taking out the Moira.
it's just the Reinhardt left once again for Arcade. A very long range charge from the Reinhardt, which the damage sadly didn't go through because I don't think he hit him into a wall.
Does end up getting taken out by the Reinhardt on the side of Lil Troy Records. Currently 2-2. Lil Troy Records may be able to win this and bring it back.
Very much appreciate the love in chat, Joe Dobson.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
That is one of our friends, so hi. We have Ryan, Anna, and McCree up against Moira, Roadhog, and Oros. We have another double tank here. Very
And
different from the.
See what happens. There's a lot. They've got a lot more damage with the Roadhog and the Orisa with this double tank setup.
Yeah, very, very different from the other one.
The Fire Strike, I believe, hits the entire team there, but Moira just heals it right back up.
Yeah, Moira. Yeah, McCree's just gonna be shooting at shields though.
McCree
Does get
gets
taken out,
hurt
though.
and pulled down by Lil Troy Records.
Very quick pick. They're really fighting this narrow chokehold. It's gonna be really good for the Reinhardt. They all drop down though, and the Reinhardt does get taken out. It's just an Anna left. And Lil Troy Records managed to reverse sweep that.
It's very impressive from Little Troy Records. They now only need one more game to win the entire event of today.
Yeah. It's been a long day. This is Arissa demonstrating very mechanical gameplay. Holding down W and left click.
Very intense. Requires a
Yes.
large brain to process how to do that.
Yeah, no. That's why she's a robot.
A lot of mechanical skill.
Yeah. People trained for years to get that good at Arissa. Um, so we have okay, dude, picking the map again. I believe there's only one map left. So is there not one map left? I don't know. Okay. There are 3 maps left. So they okay, dude, have the option of Black Forest, Ilios Lighthouse, or Nepal Village. We shall see what they go for. Ilios Lighthouse could actually be good for Lucio. We were ranting a lot about Lucio earlier, but Ilios Lighthouse is one of the best maps in the entire game for Lucio.
And it appears more fans of our casting have joined the chat, Esther.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. Gotta love the support from friends.
Seems we're going to Black Forest for potentially our last map of the night.
Yeah, if Little Tree Records can close it out here.
Now entering the Black Forest.
Here's Black Forest. It's a very Black Forest is quite a bit bigger map than the other ones, I feel, and like
A lot of close quarters, but also a
Yeah, but
large
also-
open space.
yeah, I was gonna say a lot of close quarters, also a lot of space where Widow could be really good on this map. Farah also being good on this map with the long range and being able to duck around corners.
Yeah, there's a lot of tall cover for her to hide behind.
We're not going to be seeing Farah first, however. We've got a Roadhog, Zen, and Soldier up against a Bap, Reaper, and Winston. Let's see how this goes. No one really doing it right now. Both teams rotating round. Reaper gets spotted out.
Roadhog hooks the Winston, but doesn't get enough damage through to kill him.
Immortality Field gonna be forced out from Bap though. Was that forced out from both
Next
Baps?
hit from Roadhog could be fatal.
There was only one Bap in the game. Yeah. Zen is gonna be able to heal up his team though.
Both teams at full health currently.
Yeah. Reaper gets taken a bit of damage from poke, but not enough to do anything.
So far, it is 1-2 in favor of Little Troy Records.
Yeah. Okay, it does get the first pick, however, onto the Reaper. However, that piece falls back, getting the pick onto the Zen, and is now, of course, healing up his Winston. Bap gets taken out, and the Winston is close to follow. First point is going in favor of this round is going in favor to okay dudes. Okay dude. Singular dude. So yeah, just a reminder of how this format is going to work out. It's going to be a first to 3 for the grand finals, so best of 5. Each match, like mini match, is going to be a best of 3. So currently, Lil Tree Records has won 2 maps, and OK Dudes have won 1. This is OK Dudes' map pick, and they are currently 1 point up. OK Dude is blue team, and Lil Troy Records is red. A big brawl coming out on top, right on top. Both very low.
Batiste does get knocked down by the Winston on the side of Little Troy Records, and it seems that Reaper finds a pick onto the Sigma just after the Sigma finds a pick onto the Winston, and it appears that Little Troy Records have managed to tie the score, leaving them in a position closer to winning the whole event.
Yeah, this is really, really close. So You love to see it. Really good games we're getting. Trying to work out what this is embedded in the dirt. Is it a fire truck or a plane? Oh, it's bastions.
2, 1. Fight.
It's a dropship, I think. Okay. And going to the game. Oh, we have pharmacy. We have pharmacy. Pharmacy with
Pharmacy
the
and
Roadhog.
a Mercy with double tanks.
I did not agree
The
with
Mercy with the double
tank.
tanks is
I did
melted.
not agree with that at all. She gets instantly taken down.
This is the final, Tim.
A good hook. That was,
And that was just
so clean. That was a triple
dominant
kill for the
show.
Roadhog.
Dominant show from
Mercy abandoning her fire at
Roadhog.
the end to go damage boost him as well. If the Little Trey Records win this match, they are gonna win the entire thing. So we will see if OK Dude can bring it back.
2, 1. Fight. Match point.
We've got Moira McCree Sigma from Little Toy Records against Moira Reaper Rhine. Well, it's just poke going through, but again, lots of heal for the. Oh, the Moira already gets taken out by the sides of OK Dude.
Little Trey
Moira's taken
Records getting the kills they need, and they will
They
win
win it!
the
GG's!
entire event.
Little Trey Records winning the 3v3 tournament. So, GG's in chat.
Play of the game.
Tex getting the play of the game. There's McCree. Very, very clean. I think this is the last match as well. This is the last. Getting really nice pickoffs. Instant McCree pumping in so much damage. So GG's, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and watching, everyone. That is going to be the end of the event. The winners will... I don't know if they get any prizes or not. We will get that later. But yeah, that is going to be the end. So thank you everyone so much for watching. And keep an eye on Discord for any other events coming up like this. We have plenty planned. And thank you again for joining. We shall see you guys later.
Thank you for joining. Catch you guys later.
Bye.